Hello, Out of the Wild producers. My name's Chip Dean. I'm 26 and I'm from North Central Missouri. I went to a school in Moberly, Missouri. I'd say that'd be the closest town that I would be from. And my motivation to have this adventure, I wrote some stuff down because I know I get my point across a lot better whenever I write it down. I'm sure some of you are the same way. My motivation for doing this is adventure, period, outdoor life adventure, man. The mountains is where I belong. Outdoors is where I belong. Um, I would say, and to do something I've never done before, get into Alaska is one of my goals. I learned a long time ago that setting some smaller goals and to accomplish those every day in your everyday life is good. And getting to Alaska is one of my ultimate goals for sure. And if you granted me that opportunity, would just be awesome. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it would be. One my goals after that would be to finish this experiment. I've never quit anything. I've always done it through, even if I didn't like it or something. That was a goal or value that was instilled in me whenever I was younger, a little tyke, so to speak. And also, my motivation would be just to thrive, how I thrive in rough environments. I've lived in the mountains for 6 months on end for the past 5 years. I worked for an outfitter. I saved up money, went to a guide school whenever I was 23, I would say. Yeah, give or take a year or two, I can't remember. But they hired me, and I've been living in the mountains ever since in Montana and Idaho and Colorado. And I thrive in mountain rougher environments, so to speak. Ride horses, hike all over the place, put in camps, make fires, build shelters. And a few years ago, I'd say whenever I was 21, I got into some trouble. I went to live in an outdoor rehab facility. I'm not above saying I had to go to rehab because I did. I was going the wrong way. And in that, I lived out there 3 weeks at a time. We'd come in for a week, but in those 3 weeks, we'd learn how to pack our backpacks, make fires, shelters, use topo maps and compass, find out how to navigate yourself around the mountains without a compass. And I got fairly efficient at it. I'm pretty good at it. I'm not, you asked me, so I'll tell you. I don't like to brag on myself normally, but I'm just trying to give you the best view as to where I come from and how I can handle myself in experiments like that. I would like to accomplish I'd like to just get out there in Alaska. That's my number one goal I'd like to accomplish, really, if you want to know the truth. I just like to get there. And I know how grueling it is. I watched a show last year, and I watched some of those guys just look tough as nails, but you get them out there, and you never know what's going to happen. And that just be a goal. I just like to be out in the wilderness of Alaska. I mean, it's crazy for somebody to just want to be like out there like that. Call me crazy. I'd like to do it. That's for sure. Um, let's see. Type of personality. I'd say I'm more of an extroverted personality with some introverted qualities thrown in there. And my type of business, guiding, of course, you have to be. You have to be very outgoing. Have to take care of the client. They're always looking at you for the next step, and if something doesn't go your way, you can't get down on yourself or get real disappointed because they're looking at you. They're looking at you for things to do, next step in the journey to get whatever it might be. It might be going downriver, going up to camp, or hunting. And I would say definitely got those qualities to not get so disappointed whenever times get tough. I feel like that's when I thrive. Very outgoing, would have to say, yeah. And I could teach if you want to. If somebody is willing to learn, I can teach them whatever if they just watch things that I do. That's how I learn everything that and I still have a lot to learn. I don't know half of what a guy twice my age obviously do the math. And that's where you learn is watching, listening to stories, and that's I can't tell you that's where I've learned everything that I've learned is watching and learning, asking questions, and I'd be willing to learn just as much as the next person. If somebody had something to offer, I would be the first to stand in line to learn it, without question. That's and that's how you get by in life. You learn lessons, and some of them are you learn the wrong way to do it, which is still a lesson. You learn not to do it. You learn the right way, just in life lessons. And so, yeah, learning. See, what else did you have here for me? I went to guide school after I got out. I found out in the outdoor rehab facility that I belong in the outdoors. I've done construction. I still do construction in the off season, but that's one thing that I learned living in North Carolina for a while is that I belong in the outdoors, and that's whenever I decided that I was going to save my money, go to guide school, and I did it, even though everybody said it's a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. I got a great life out of it. 6 months out of the year, I go live a lot of guys' dreams. And everybody tells me that every day. And I kind of chuckle whenever people tell me that because if they only knew half of the things that you have to do, they wouldn't want to do it for sure. But it's a great life, and I love it outdoors. And I came home this little bit ago. I'm doing construction right now. I frame houses. I build houses until complete, and that's what I do in the off season. You have to stay really athletic to do that, and or even to be in the mountains. You have to stay acclimated. You don't have time to sit down. I'm always on my feet. So that's more or less what I do every day to day life. Right now, it's kind of the off season. Let's see here. I'd say that's really, I guess, all the questions that you have for me. In closing, I'd just like to say thank you for the opportunity, for sure, to look at my tape. And I would just love to be in Alaska wilderness. So thank you for your time, and hopefully we see each other soon.